A girl and her boyfriend were driving at night down an isolated country road. As they drove, the night seemed to get darker and darker. Eventually, they lost their way and found themselves driving through a densely wooded area that neither of them recognized. Suddenly, the car started, sputtering and stalled. The boyfriend looked at the gauge and realized they had run out of gas. No matter how many times he turned the key, the engine just wouldn't start. The girlfriend began to panic because it was after midnight and they were stuck in the middle of nowhere and couldn't get home. The boyfriend got out the car and took a look around. They were in a secluded and wooded area. All he could see were trees. There seemed to be no houses for miles around. They were completely alone. The girlfriend was spooked and kept asking the boy to do something. He told her he would have to walk back to the main highway and get help. The boyfriend could see that his fiancée was scared, so he told her not to worry. He would return as fast as he could. But the girl could see the concern in his face. Kissing her goodbye, he told her to roll up the windows and lock the doors. Then he set out walking down the road. The girl watches as her boyfriend got further and further away and finally disappeared into the darkness. Hours passed and the girl started shivering in the car. Fearful of every shadow she saw and every noise she heard, she began to feel like her boyfriend was never coming back. Suddenly, she heard a loud tapping noise in the roof of the car. Tap, tap, tap. She began to panic, but it was too terrified to get out and investigate. She kept trying to peer out the windows, but it was too dark to say anything. Tap, tap, tap. The tapping noise seemed to go on and on. The girl was scared to death, but there was nothing she could do. Tap, tap, tap. She was forced to remain huddled in the car all night long, listening to the weird tapping sound. Eventually, she managed to fall asleep. When she woke up and looked at her watch, it was 9 AM, but when she tried to look out of the car window, everything was completely black. She couldn't understand what was going on. Suddenly, she heard a car pull up nearby and it honked its horn 3 times. Then she heard a voice shouting, "This is the police. Is there anyone in the car?" The girlfriend sighed with relief. "Just me," she cried. "My boyfriend left me alone and never came back." "Okay, stay calm," said the policeman. "Listen to me very carefully. Open the door, get out of the car and walk towards me. And whatever you do, don't look behind you." The girl obeyed the policeman's orders even though her hands were shaking and her mind was racing. She opened the car door and stepped out. "Now walk towards me," said the policeman, "and don't look behind you." The girl began walking slowly towards the policeman, but suddenly she stopped in her tracks. "Don't look behind you," shouted the policeman, but it was too late. The girl couldn't help herself. She turned around and began screaming in horror. Her boyfriend's dead body was hanging upside down from a tree branch over the car. His head had been chopped off and the blood was dripping down from his neck, completely covering the car windows.